Hey everyone, it's Five Eyes. I wanted to go through just a quick-ish video anyway about events and how to make them work for you, and how to strategize the use of your resources, speed ups, that sort of thing. The first thing though, I just wanted to quickly go back to from my last video about gathering was one thing I missed, which was about cultivating Jindiok or constants. So in politics, when you cultivate, you've got this resource gathering speed here. So it's quite a big percentage actually. So that's related to the level of your general. So ideally, yeah, get the level of your farming general up as much as possible. But also you want to try and get the cultivation up as high as possible as well, to up to about 500. So there's ways that you can, I'm not going to go through cultivating in detail, but you can do it by using gold up to about 300, I think is the limit where gold doesn't work anymore. But I use, to make it a bit quicker and easier, the cultivate times 10 with gems. So rather than just doing a total increase, so I'm increasing all of them at the same time, I will just go for the politics increase, untick the total increase there, and then press cultivate. And that means that more of the increase will be on the politics side of things. So you can see all the others are below plus 100, and politics is pretty much at 500. So that's sort of the aim of doing it that way. And it also means that your gem cost for cultivating each time is lower, because you're not, once those go above 100, then you're paying effectively more in gems every time you cultivate. So it keeps the other ones down, which means your total cultivation cost is lower. That's all I wanted to talk about with from my last video. But for events, the key sort of one I wanted to go through is just using the consuming return event. So this is something that happens obviously every fortnight when there's a main event starting, and currently we're on the resources one. So you've got rewards given to you based on how much you consume during the event for each of the resource types. So, and also gems, but gems occurs every time with the consuming return event. So this time it's resources, but in 2 weeks' time for the next event it will be speed ups, which I think is common speed ups, construction speed ups, and healing. Although I'm not sure whether the healing one does actually change as well, but I think it's usually those three. So at the moment I'm trying to get to K36 so I can build the military academy for more tech power. So at the moment, at K35, I need the victory column level 1, and I currently don't have that. So I've just completed one of the requirements, which is to have 2 generals over 5.8 million, but I still need the Holy Palace up to level 35 to build that. So my Holy Palace is at level 32. So I've got 3 levels to go on that. Then I'm going to build the victory column up to level 1, and then I will start K36. I don't have enough resources to build the military academy, so that won't be done this time, but my aim is to effectively get, well, I think it's going to work, I've worked it out, it's about 10 billion in resources, so I'm hoping I can get all the rewards from here upwards. And the reason I'm doing it right now is to make sure that I'm getting the maximum for what I'm putting in with my resources. So the rewards are actually, because we know that speed ups are really difficult to obtain in Evony. Even in packages, you can't really get a lot of speed ups. So this way you get a massive amount of speed ups for what you're actually putting in. So if I do 10 billion food, then I'll be getting 400 days, 620 now, 720, and then it works out at nearly 800 days just for food. So when I'm doing 10 billion of each, then I'm getting 4 times that. So I'm getting 3,200 days of speed ups, which will probably account for all. Maybe I'll have a bit more left over as well for all the builds I'm planning to do this time. So it's a great way to just keep your speed ups increasing so you don't run out of them. The other thing you get is resources. So you're getting, I'm not going to go through each one, but basically you're getting around 400 million if you do up to 10 billion in resources. So that works out at about 1.6 billion of each resource that you're getting back for this. So it's that's basically half my way to military academy straight away. So I'll easily be able to get it probably within 2 or 3 weeks after this event finishes. So that's the sort of idea of it, to make sure I'm getting the most out of it. And it doesn't have to be just buildings. It could be troop building, troop training as well. So that's the best time to do troop training is during this event, because you're going to be using lots of, it may just be one of the types. So maybe that you're training a load of range, so you can only use a load of lumber, and you might get 5 billion, for example, in lumber, but the other ones might be at 1.25, but you're still getting quite a lot of speed ups and resources from that regardless. And I know I don't usually have 10 billion, but I've been saving up for a while. So it may be that you only do 2.5 billion or 1.25 billion, but it's still better to do it during this event. So you're getting resources, speed ups, and also stamina and materials as well. The way I also try to do it is that, because I'm building, well, when you get to higher levels, the buildings take a long time, and it will take me a long time to get the resources to build something else. So it makes sense, particularly with the other event starting in a fortnight that will be the speed up event, it makes sense for me to basically wait to actually speed up the completion of K36 until then. So I'll get the additional benefits of using the speed ups during the speed up event, and then I'll get more speed ups back, more resources, and that just means I'm getting more back for what I'm actually putting in. Because if I did it outside of that, then I'm basically just throwing those rewards away, because I don't need K36 right now, because the only benefit to it really for me right now is to build the military academy, which I can't build yet anyway. So everyone will be in a different position, and if you're at a lower level and you've got lots of buildings that you build every week, then you're probably not going to have the patience to wait for that. But this is the sort of best way of making sure that you get something back from Evony out of the events, and you maximize your sort of efficiency and use of resources and speed ups. So that's really what I wanted to say about consuming return events, but also you've got other events that are worth noting. At the moment we've only got super feeding, which is something that we do all the time, so there's not really much strategy you can do with that, or planning for it rather. But we do have super refining sometimes, which we don't seem to have had for ages. It feels like it's been over a month, but that's been quite a long time. I've got a lot of, so I need to refine my wall gen, and yeah, I've got a lot of refined stones. I've never had that many before, so I really want to, I'm getting impatient, but I just think it's going to be better to wait for that event, so that I can do that as well. But when I do that as well, I will be consuming a lot of gems. So again, I'll be waiting for this event. So I'm getting rewards back from the gems I'm using as well. Because again, that gives you materials, resources, speed ups, and refined stones. So it's better to wait for these events and make sure that you're waiting for the right events. Because some of these events, like even super feeding, I don't think the rewards are actually very good. Even if you put a lot of effort into it, you're not really getting much back. So yeah, I mean, I sort of feed the dragons every day, and got 409 here. That basically just gets me, what, not even 3 dragon coins yet. So the rewards for this aren't particularly great. But yeah, the other actually really good one, which isn't on at the moment, is Trial of Knights. So that's the best way to get really good generals, particularly for those who don't spend a lot of money and get to the 5th pack, for where you can actually get generals. So that is a really good place to easily get them by consuming Blood of Heirs. So that's how I got a lot of my, I think it was a few events ago, I got a lot of subgens by doing it that way. And yeah, it's something that you can do each time, which will get you decent rewards and some really good generals that you may not otherwise have access to without paying. So those, I think, are all the decent ones. I suppose the other thing to mention is about gather troops. So the rewards are okay in this. All I'd say with this is, when you are training troops, it's best to wait until, or combine the events almost. So if you've got a consuming return event like we've got at the moment for resources, then you combine it with the gather troops once this day is unlocked, and also for troop training day and the normal sort of daily events. If you can combine all those, then you're getting 3 sets of rewards for just doing the same thing, just by timing it well. So yeah, I think that covers, I'm not going to go through every single event, but those are sort of main ones where you're going to have some real benefits from them. There's a lot of events that aren't really very good and don't give you very much, so always check the rewards, and yeah, and try and time things to make sure that you get the most out of it. Okay, I hope that was useful, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.